Alright, today we're going to make some, well, I guess we call it pizza bread. And this is what I start out with. 5 loaves come in there, it's frozen. I got 3 of them I'm going to make this evening. And what I do is I just turn the oven on. That's what I'm going to have to bake it at, about 355. My oven's off by 5 degrees. And I spray them with Pam and put some clear cellophane or whatever over it, and let them thaw out a little bit. I don't let them raise, just thaw out so I can roll them out and eat them out. Be back with you when they're ready. Alright, we're back. My bread's just about ready to roll out, but I wanted to show you. It's kind of pepperoni. It doesn't matter. I like to use the thin slices though. I like Jimmy Dean. It doesn't have a lot of fat and grease, and I just use the spaghetti sauce here. I'm going to go ahead and start cooking this Jimmy Dean, and we'll be back when I have it rolled out. My bread's still cold to the touch. That should be good. I'm going to go ahead and put my sausage on. I would normally use every little crumb out of that, but I'm not going to put this in there. Normally I just make sausage and cheese, but I started putting pepperoni and everything else in there, so I'm going to leave a little bit out. I'm going to put some of this ragu sauce on there. 2.5 of them. Spread this around a little bit. Be very careful not to get the sauce on the edges, or you'll never get it to seal right when you're cooking it. Now I'm going to put some onions I chopped up. A little bit more right there. Some green peppers I chopped up. Pepperoni. With this bread you can make the little pepperoni rolls too for Christmas time. One loaf makes, I don't know, 12, 13 of them. more, I guess. Alright, now I gotta get some mozzarella cheese real quick. I just use this type of mozzarella. Stick that back in the fridge. Next, I'm going to have my lovely assistant film me from above, showing you how to roll all this up. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and roll this up. It's kind of like a burrito type thing. If you let your bread get too warm, it's almost impossible to do this. And if you have sauce at the edges, it won't stick. Definitely want to get a good seal. That looks pretty good. Keep filming, assistant. Now, what I like to do, I have my pan here, and I got some Pam on there, and I wiped it off with the rag. Now I'm going to gently try to put this on here with the seam down. And then I deal with it up here so it looks pretty when it comes out. This one might not. We'll find out later. Okay, now if you can, I'm going to put this in the oven at 350. Okay, you can see that I'm browning some sausage for my second roll. Right now I have to take this out and flip it over. You'll see why in a minute. All that stuff I have in there gets real juicy. Stuck a little bit, not good. So flip that bad boy over. I'm going to get a couple of paper towels and try to get as much of that as I can so it doesn't smell up the house. And put her back in. That's not the prettiest one. Alright, so I took it out again because this one here, sometimes it happens, I got a little split in it right there. So what I did is I put a little piece of tin foil to try to raise it a little bit. My grandmother showed me this. And that'll help out. And I'll cook it for, I don't know, another 10 minutes and take it out. Alright, so I got my second one prepared. I'm going to try to roll this one up and hopefully it'll turn out a little better than the last one. So again, something like a burrito. Can you see good, assistant? Mm-hmm. My lovely wife is filming for me. Yeah, this is working a little better. The last time I didn't, it was a little bit too cool and I couldn't stretch the bread. That looks a lot better. So let me grab my pan. And we'll try to flip this bad boy over. Bring it up here and pretty it up a little bit. That one looks a lot better. Hopefully it won't leak like the last one. I will say this, with all the green peppers, onions, and the sauce, they do leak more than like if you're just doing sausage bread, but you just keep flipping them and do the tinfoil thing like I showed you before. The other one's still cooking, about another couple minutes for that, and I'll throw this one in. Alright. Alright, we're back. My second one is still cooking. What I did, and I should have mentioned this before, I like to brown my sausage really slow, and then I move it to the back there. You know, the front burner there it was on. I move it to the back, and it seems to evaporate some of the juices and stuff, so it's not quite as moist. You can see my second one here in the oven. It looks a lot better. See how big it looks and everything? A lot prettier. I'll be flipping that bad boy here in a couple minutes. Alright, so here's my the third one I have prepared. I even used a little smaller pan there. I just flipped the second one. It's looking good. Little bit of leakage, but I think with all the stuff I have inside, that's what you're going to get. So I did the tinfoil thing on that one as well. But it looks really good. And then we'll go into the other room here. Okay, this is the first one I did, and it looks terrible. But what I'll do, I found out with these, is I'll let them sit here and get super cool, right? And then I'll wrap them in tin foil, put them in the refrigerator, and tomorrow, that's when my company's coming, I'll go ahead and put them back in the oven, open up the tin foil so it can air out a little bit, put them in the oven, I don't know, 350 for about 20 minutes, and it'll crisp up the bread and get rid of all the moisture, and it's really good. So I just set them on the table here. You can see there's one, I'm ready for the second one there, and the third one, and I'll let them sit here for a couple hours before I wrap them and go to bed, then stick them in the refrigerator. Now if you're doing just sausage and the mozzarella cheese, you don't get any of this leakage. You can cook them all the way and eat them, you know, right after you're done. Now this does take, I've been working on this for a couple hours, I believe. If you're doing the pepperoni rolls, like I do 10 loaves, and it takes me 12 hours, and I never leave the kitchen. So it's not an easy task, but it's worth it. Alright, we'll come back after I got all three of them done, and I'll film that. Alright, so just took the third one out. When I flipped it over, it broke a little bit there, but no big deal. That one turned out really good. I think next time I do this, I'll use that smaller pan than the big ones. That one really looks good. You see how high it is and everything? And when they cool off, see how they shrink? Now tomorrow when you, when you reheat them, they'll raise again and be real crispy. It's awesome. So don't worry, I mean they look bad now, but tomorrow when you reheat, you'll be alright. If I was doing this for the first time, I suggest maybe just doing the sausage and the mozzarella cheese. That way you don't get any leakage, no tinfoil thing, no panicking. So, hope this helps out. Thank you.